I'll give everybody just a couple of minutes to get in here. And there is one person that comes in here every time that I go live, when I'm going live in my car, just so she can bitch about the way my Ford sounds. And God bless her if she never has to drive a Ford, so can't help that. So if you don't like the way a Ford sounds, sorry about that. Go jump on somebody else's live. But I do have a troll that follows me that every time I do a live in the car, she bitches about the way my Ford sounds. Of all things to troll me about, but she does. So, last night, Chris McDonough, in the interview room, says that he is in Wisconsin, or he hints that he is in Wisconsin, and he's been helping with Rose Bly's case, and he's got the case reopened, and blah, blah, blah. You'll have to go back and listen to everything he says. That I can't repeat verbatim what he says, because at this point I am not looking to repeat everything that he said verbatim. And after that, last night I'm scrolling through YouTube, and happened to hit on one of the grifters videos, and guess where they're going? Instead of messing with Dawn anymore. Yep, you got it. They've decided they're going to go to Wisconsin. They can do more good on Rose Bly's case. We've got the Cold Case Foundation down there working with the Sheriff's Department on good fresh leads that they have. Somebody has turned in some pictures that they have got of Rose Bly recently, possibly. Let them work their leads. Let the police work their leads. Now, yesterday, I was in Andra's live. I was in her chat. And I made the remark about Jonathan Lee Rich's and him protesting and trying to say we needed to let Susan Smith out of jail. Susan Smith has no business out of jail ever after she killed her kids. Ever, ever, ever. And I also made the remark about Molly paying somebody to shut down smaller channels. One of her mods told me not to be bashing on Andra's teammates. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. I said, but when y'all are asking for money, we should have a right to an opinion. And I said, and that's fine and great. But here's the deal. I said, I will not be financing or giving my money away as long as these things are in motion. Well, my comment was erased immediately. I was blocked And then the mod goes to telling everybody that I made a threat. She told Andra and Molly that I had threatened them. What I threatened them with was withholding finances. So, if withholding finances is a threat, I guess I done it. But that's not the way that she was making it out to be. The mod was making it out to be like I had made physical threats, you know? And that's not what I done. And if a mod is going to say that somebody made a threat or done this, done that, well, leave the comment up for proof. If you're going to accuse somebody of something, leave the comment up for proof. And then I have a right to how do you say it? Approach my accusers. So don't block me if you're going to accuse me of something. And then it wasn't an hour later, I seen Molly over here prowling around on my channel. That I did not think that it would. Okay, my Wi-Fi had went out for just a second. That I did not think that it was right for them to charge to go get those records and stuff of Don and Candace when we had been giving that information to everybody for free for months. That information of Don's records, Chris McDonough had gave everybody Don's records free months ago. And it didn't cost a thing. So I guess that they didn't like being confronted with the truth. Is what it amounted to. And they did not bring back any records on Candace. Crap. Hang on, guys. Holders. I hate these new phone holders. They don't stick good. And that's something nobody's really been able to produce, is good criminal records on Candace or her ex. But let me run something past y'all. This whole time, nobody has said much of anything at all about Candace's other sister, Jeannie or Jeannie. But there is pictures of Candace's last trip to Wisconsin. And that is when you see Summer really smiling like a true happy smile, is when her aunt is holding her. It seemed like that she really connected with her Aunt Jeannie. She truly looked happy in those pictures with her. And nobody has explored the possibility that she may have her. I have not heard that theory at all. So I'm going to put that theory out there. With CPS being in the picture, and them knowing that CPS was coming, and them knowing that they would probably, the way Summer held herself down there all the time, and Summer showing outward signs of sexual abuse, that they would check Summer for that they would eventually take her to the doctor for that. What would y'all say if I told you maybe she might be with her Aunt Jeannie? Because for some reason, absolutely some reason, that girl has been kept 100% out of the picture. Not a word has been said about her. Nothing. Nothing. And do y'all think that that's worth checking into? Do you think that's worth me shooting an email to Chris while he's in that area? Exactly. Why is it that everybody else has been dragged through the mud on both sides of that family? Been brought out into the open and called and exposed and everything else, but her and her husband, nothing. I was thinking about that last night. Absolutely nothing about Jeannie. They said in the beginning that she wanted to be left alone and left out of it. Well, I'm sure Mary and Jeannie wanted to be left out of it too. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to be left out of it. Truth be known. I mean, everything's worth exploring, I guess, right? So shout out to Chris McDonough. If you just happen to watch my videos, check out that possibility while you're in the area. If anybody is in Chris McDonough's Discord, shoot him my video here real quick. Because honestly, y'all think back to the pictures that was shown of the blonde-headed woman holding Summer, and nobody could really figure out who she was, and they were, who is that holding Summer? Who is that holding Summer? Well, that's Jeannie. And that is one of the only times that Summer just looks really happy. She seemed to like the woman. And I hope and pray that she does have her. That would be one of the better outcomes to the case. It would. That would be, I mean, and you know, honestly, guys, if someone like that had her, I would probably go to the links to protest to see that she didn't get jail time, because Summer's home life was so bad. there is just some situations to where you have to outweigh bad versus worse. And you know, I tried, and I never got involved with the Tiffany Marie stuff. And I've never had a problem with anybody, but I did see her this morning or last night post a video about Molly talking about her over in her Patreon. And I did comment to Tiffany Marie. I said, Tiffany, I said, you're the one that brought her from the drama community over here to the true crime community. And now we all have to deal with her. Now she's on me and she's on everybody else. Now she's everybody's problem. So now you need to figure out how to get rid of these drama queens that you helped bring over here. And I wasn't ugly about it at all. I was just kind of point blank with her about it. But what I said was the truth. She brought her over here. Because I don't think it's right now that, you know, Chris is up there working that case on Rose, that they go up there and try to protest, and he has to try to work around grifters or whatever they are. And you know, the videos and stuff of Summer that disappeared from the church's page, that's really sad, because that was the one place that Summer too seemed to could be a free spirit and run around and do what she wanted to do without being scolded or worry about what was going to happen to her, or mom and dad being drunk, or mom and dad being messed up on this, or mom and dad being messed up on that. That was one of her free places that she could just be her. And they should be ashamed of their self for taking those videos of the baby down. You know, except for the few videos that people copied off of there, those are gone forever. So if something nefarious did happen to Summer, they're gone. Just like she is. And that's really sad if you think about it, because it comes down to them trying to save their outward appearance more than they were concerned with that little girl. I still haven't figured out exactly where Don is at, but I know that he's not at home, because the mouse is playing while the cat's away. Y'all see all that going on. they showed who was standing behind Candace, that woman is still light brown hair, whoever she is. She's got light brown hair. She's still not as dark-headed as Candace. And I zoomed in on that picture, and that is Candace in that pool. I don't care who you are, that is Candace. I'll have to wait until I stop to read the comments since I'm driving, but I will answer the comments here in just a little bit. I have to drive almost 2 hours to one of my specialists. And I had to see him before the holidays. Nobody's really said what the boys said to the TBI or the FBI the other day when they went and collected the boys and done interviews with the boys. I know after that they said one of two things, that she either wandered off, and I don't buy that, because you think of if the searchers could not even search back there because the briars and the terrain was so rough, with shoes and thick clothes on, how did that baby wander off with no shoes on? The briars and the thorns would have tore her feet open. It would have left blood trails. Big time. Even wild blackberries growing would have tore her up. There's no way she wandered off without leaving a blood trail with no shoes on. Or she meant foul play. Well, what does that mean? I don't buy that she wandered off. And besides, around here in the mountains, that time of the year, buzzards and crows, when something dies, and in the summertime and that kind of heat, it don't take anything long to dehydrate and expire. Within a week, they would have been circling for days and days and days, and somebody around there would have noticed everything circling and circling, and then all the wildlife going to that area, and then there would have been strewn clothes across fields and everything else. Not buying that. Facebook, and I know this is getting away from Summer's case a little bit, but I seen on Facebook where they're starting to do Brandy Neal, Michael Vaughn's mom, and dad. Terrible. And even though Brandy is going from news outlet to news outlet to news outlet, and from social media platform to social media platform to social media platform, doing everything a mother should do, now they're starting to attack her and accuse her of doing wrongdoing and accusing the daddy of wrongdoing. And I don't know what to think about that, because I don't know what else that family can do. In my opinion, they're doing everything possible that they can do. And I've thought from the beginning, this is how a grieving mother should act, right here. And she said at the first news conference that she done that everybody in the family would love to speak publicly, but they decided that she would be the best spokesperson. And that's why the dad is not on TV speaking out. And this is why this person isn't speaking out. And this, because one person was elected by the family to be the spokesperson. And that way things don't get misconstrued and stories get intertwined, which I think was a great idea. But yeah, yesterday they was really giving them hell on Facebook, and I felt so sorry for her. I just don't know. I was like, oh man, this is terrible. And it seemed to be the ones that said, well, I'm following the Summer Wells case. A couple of days ago, there was a lot of people who said, well, I'm going to quit following the Summer Wells case. Well, it seemed like they got bored with the Summer Wells case, so they thought that they would jump over and attack Michael's mom and dad. And I thought, these people, we need to get out the true crime community, because these are the ones that's really fucking it up. Now, I just don't know what else more Brandy can do to get her son back home. She's even got with that psychic Donna Serafina to try Michael. And they still have not issued a Amber Alert on that little boy. And it's so sad. His case is just sad. But I think that the Snake River, anybody that's ever been to Idaho can tell, it's a vicious, hard rolling river. And when it pulls you under, it can tuck you under rocks, these big boulder rocks, and he was so small. I'm wondering if he did not fall into that river. His dad used to take him to the river a lot. And I'm wondering, when he couldn't find anybody to play with him, if he went down to the river and he fell into that river and a current pulled him under and it tucked him under a rock, and it may be the spring before the water levels go down enough that we may find his remains. And that is just a personal opinion. I've worked search and rescue for so many years. I've seen rivers do that. But maybe on one of these four kids, Summer, Michael, Classic, Sincere, maybe on one of the four we will get a Christmas miracle of some kind. And we can get at least one of them back in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, Chris has been up there in Wisconsin. You'll have to go watch his the interview room from last night. So like I said, I was not even looking for anything per se to do a show on or to do a live with. When I watched his show, it was later on last night when I found somebody else's live that showed that they were going to Wisconsin. Right on his heels. And I thought, oh man. Isn't right, isn't right. There's a child missing right there in Florida from that come up missing like in the last 24 hours. They need to start a new case right there in their own neck of the woods if they really want to work true crime and get out of these cases and that's old, trying to collect money, and these people need to quit giving it. But you can't tell people what to do with their money, I don't guess, but you know, when you know the information has already been got months ago, like for these records, and when you ask them for receipts, they tell you, we don't have to give you receipts. Well, for some reason, Prairie Boy and Cher had to show receipts. Q Carlock and that bunch had to show receipts. Well, why does this bunch not have to show receipts? What's the difference? Yeah, but like I told him yesterday, it's not my money. I'm not gonna finance it. So and yeah, then they went and told everybody that I wasn't gonna do anything for Summer Wells. That's not what I said. I will drop and go be boots on the ground, and I will search any day of the week. Form a search team. I'll go. But give you money? No, I won't. anyway, guys, I'm almost over here to the hospital. I'm fixing to pull into my doctor's, so I'm going to jump over here and let this upload. And once it uploads, I will go through the chat and answer all the questions and the comments. And like I said, if anybody is in Chris's Discord or anything like that, drop him my video or send him over here to it and ask him what he thinks about perhaps maybe my theory of Jeannie having summer, and see what he thinks about that. Like I said, anything's worth a shot at this point. Everything else has been beaten to the ground. So at least this is a fresh theory. So it's definitely worth looking at. So don't forget to go over and like the video for me. That helps me out tremendously. Share my video. That helps me out. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I appreciate all you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.